Peace and blessings of Allah be upon you, our highly respected viewers. You are welcome to the Education Committee tutorials organized by Muslim Student Society of Nigeria, Kano University of Science and Technology, WUDIL branch. Let's take a look at example. Look at it. Find the equation whose roots are -3 and 6. -3 and 6. You see, in this case, quadratic equation's root is given, and we are asked to find the quadratic equation. So for we to find the quadratic equation here, we need that formula. That is x squared minus alpha plus beta all x plus product is equal to, not product, sorry, it's alpha beta, right? It's equals to 0. Taking this as our sum, this as our product. So what we all need here is this, our alpha plus beta is the root given. That is -3 and 6. So we need alpha plus beta, that is the sum. The sum means to sum this, -3 plus 6, which is equal to 3. And we need the product, which is multiply the roots, -3 times 6, which is equal to -18. Having getting the sum and product, just put them in the... Okay. We are going to have x squared minus the sum, which is 3x, plus the product, which is -18, is equals to 0. So at last we are going to have x squared minus 3x minus and plus is -18 is equals to 0. So this is the quadratic equation whose roots are this. Also, there is also an alternative way of finding this, but I think this one will be the simplest one. The alternative is just like to say, just like this. Either your x is equal to -3 or x is equal to 6, as we did. X -3 come here, plus 3 is equal to 0. Or 6 come here, -6 is equal to 0. 0, 0, multiply them all and equate to 0. X times x, x squared, this times this, -6x, this times this, plus 3x, this times this, -18 is equal to 0. And we are going to have -6 plus 3, we are going to have -3x minus 18 is equal to 0. If you compare, you are going to see that we are having the same result. So let's see another example. Another example. Find the sum and products of the roots of the equation 2x squared minus 6x plus 9 is equal to 0. So whenever you are asked to find the sum and product of a given quadratic equation, what you should do is you should first sort your A, your V, and your C from the equation given. So now the sum. If you recall, what is sum? Sum is, from our previous work, alpha plus beta, which we said is the same thing as -b over A. Just come here, what is your B? See, you have minus into B is -6 over A is 2. Minus positive. We have 6 over 2, and 6 divided by 2 is 3. This 3 is the what? Sum of the roots of this. Now the product. That is alpha beta, which is the same thing as C over A. What is our C? 9 over A is 2. And I think we can leave the answer as 9 over 2. This is very simple. Whenever you are asked to find the sum and product of roots, just the important thing is the formula. The sum is -b over A, while the product is C over A. So before I proceed, let me just give you some important terms of these symmetrical functions and their definition, because it's very important. I will just list them and write their definition. It's very important. Number one, if we have alpha squared plus beta squared, this is the same thing as alpha plus beta square minus 2 alpha beta. Number two, if we have 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta, this is the same thing as 1 alpha plus beta over alpha beta. Number three, we have alpha cube plus beta cube. This is something as alpha plus beta into alpha plus beta square minus 3 alpha beta. Another one, number four, if I have alpha minus beta, we are going to have plus or minus root of alpha plus beta square minus 4 alpha beta. Number five, if you have alpha squared minus beta square, is something as alpha plus beta all multiplied by root of alpha plus beta square minus 4 alpha beta. Number six, if you have alpha over beta plus beta over alpha, just say that this is the same thing as alpha plus beta square minus 2 alpha beta all divided by alpha beta. This are very, very important. Let me just pick two of them and solve one example to see how they are used. I said example, if alpha and beta are roots of, let's say, 2x squared minus 8x plus 4 is equals to 0. Find A, alpha squared plus beta squared. B, let me use which one? Let's use alpha minus beta. Or let's use this one, alpha over beta plus beta over alpha. Solution. So to solve this, the first thing you should do as usual, get your A. A is 2, B is minus 8, and C is 4. So before doing anything here, you need to find your alpha plus beta first. Alpha plus beta. If you recall, alpha plus beta is minus B over A, which is equals to minus into minus 8 over our A is 2. Minus minus plus, 8 divided by 2 is 4. Now, alpha beta, recalling, is C over A. Our C is 4, our A is 2. 4 divided by 2 here is 2. So having get your alpha plus beta and alpha beta, let's take the first one, A. That is alpha square plus beta square. Just recall that alpha squared plus beta squared is the same thing as this. So we're going to have alpha plus beta square minus 4 alpha beta. What is alpha plus beta? 4. Let's write 4 square minus 4 alpha beta is 2. That is 4 times 2. 4 square here is 16. Minus this and this is 8. 16 minus 8 is 8. So therefore, our alpha square plus beta square is equal to 8. The important thing here is for you to find alpha plus beta and alpha beta, just to substitute. Now let's see another example. If one root of the equation, 2x squared minus 18x plus c is equal to 0 is twice the other root. find the value of C. Solution. If one root of this is twice the other root, we should find the value of missing here. The missing value here is C. So for we to find the value of C here, we are going to use the knowledge of sum and product of quadratic roots. The first thing is, let's find the roots. One root is twice the other one. If alpha is one of the roots, then the other root is 2 alpha, because it says it's twice, that is 2 times the first root. So our roots are 2, now the roots are alpha and 2 alpha. Having 2 alpha, then the next thing is just get your sum. That is alpha plus 2 alpha, that is sum of the root. And for any sum of quadratic root, you know it's equals to minus b over a. So now alpha plus 2 alpha, we are going to have 3 alpha, which is equal to minus b. Our b here is, look at it, minus 18 divided by a is 2. So otherwise we're going to have 3 alpha is equals to minus plus 18 divided by this is 9. Now let's divide through by 3. Therefore alpha is equals to 9 divided by 3, which is equals to 3. Having our alpha, then we should get the product. That is product alpha times 2 alpha. We know that the product is C over A. We are going to have this alpha square, which because our C is C, divided by A is 2. Because our A is 2. Divide it. But remember, our alpha is 3. So we are going to have 2 into 3 square, which is equals to C over 2. This 3 square is 9 times 2 is 18, which is equals to C over 2. If we cross multiply, we are going to have C is equals to 18 multiplied by 2. 18 multiplied by 2 is 36 as our C.